Hi guys, and welcome to today's impromptu episode. I don't know, I, I don't know how to start this, and you can see by the title of this video, I wasn't really going to talk about this, and I didn't want to talk about this because I just didn't want this to be true in terms of me saying, okay, cinemas and movie theaters are going to be obsolete, and it's a bit of a shocking thing to say because I am a movie fan. I enjoy movies. I watch movies. I try to some extent to make movies, and I've actually been involved with a movie or two and some TV productions, believe it or not. And oh God, what am I gonna say? So basically, there's some news that happened last week, which I wanted to actually talk about last week, but then I thought to myself, no, don't do it. Honestly, it's not gonna happen. Don't put fuel on the flame, and everything will be all right. But things aren't all right, and the reason is Warner Brothers, due to the pandemic, have decided to put all of their movies that are going to be coming out or what were meant to be coming out for 2020 and 2021 directly onto HBO Max, which is HBO's streaming service. And I was like, yeah, it might work, it might not work. And I didn't really want to acknowledge it, to be honest with you. And that's because I enjoy the best way to say it. What's the best way? Like the magic of the cinema. I know that term has been coined a few times, but there is a magic about the cinema. And it's just the fact that, okay, you go buy a ticket, you're in this big auditorium, and you are watching a movie in the dark on a big, massive screen with hundreds, even thousands of other people. And you're there at this unique moment watching this movie, and it's amazing. I enjoyed the fact that I'm watching a movie on a big screen in the middle of, I don't know, say uh like Birmingham city centre or somewhere on the outskirts, and I'm watching a movie in a cinema where it's intended to be shown. And I like the fact that it brings me a certain type of mystery. I go into every single movie hoping that I would get sucked into the movie, that I would forget my surroundings, and I would get lost in the movie. And 99.9975% of the time, yes, that's what happens. And if the movie's crap, then yeah, the movie's crap. But I'm still invested in it. I'm there to watch a movie. I don't care what the movie is, if it's good, bad, or anything. I just want to watch a movie in the cinema where I can enjoy it the way the director and the cinematographer intended it to be. And I felt like that for a very long time when home movies were available on VHS. I enjoyed watching them on VHS. It was a slightly different experience, but it was still exciting. But with the with the advent of like streaming services, it hasn't been the same. I actually did a movie review. I can't even remember what movie. That's how bad it is. Watching a movie on streaming and then reviewing it. And it was probably the only, actually, maybe one of two movies that I watched streaming when they were released, and I did a video about them. They were interesting movies. They weren't amazing movies, but I didn't get that same kind of feeling. And I saw videos last week of a few people that I follow in the music in the movie news, s- like bent or niche, and they were saying, "Oh, it's the end of theaters. It's the end of cinemas. That's it. The end of the world is nigh." And obviously, this pandemic has caused a lot of problems all over the place. My own work has suffered so much so that I don't know if I'm even going to go back to work in the next 4 to 5 to 6 months, maybe even 12 months, which is really scary, to be honest with you. And seeing like all these headlines from these popular like movie review channels, it was quite a striking event that happened in last week. But then one of my people that I watch, Chris Stuckerman, or Stuckman even, I've been watching him probably for the last maybe 8 or 9 months. I haven't subscribed to him yet. I don't really subscribe to people unless I've watched enough of their content and I like it. Usually it takes about a year or two for me to actually press that subscribe button, but that's because I'm quite picky with who I want to see regular videos from. But I actually like this guy's videos. So Chris Stuckman, good on you. And you did something that I didn't see coming, to be honest with you. So his argument was actually let's just show you what's actually happening. So Warner Brothers to debut entire 2021 film slate, including Dune, Matrix 4 on HBO and theaters. And originally, this and theaters bit wasn't actually happening from the initial. Actually, let me just pop that there. No, uh, that wasn't actually happening with the original news headline that was actually put out. And I was like all up in arms. I was like, oh, this is going to be the end. This is messed up. What the hell's going on? And Chris Stuckman just put a scenario in place, which was like, okay, so they'll put movies out onto streaming platforms for those people who don't go to the cinema to actually enjoy the movie. Those are the kind of people that will always talk during the movie or text people during the movie, take selfies during the movie in the theater, and they're not actually invested in the movie and they can go and watch it at home if they wanted to. And I thought to myself, whoa, I never thought about that. I just thought that, okay, they're going to take movies away from cinemas and they would just show them on streaming services and that would be it. You'll have to basically watch everything at home, which I don't mind. I'll be honest with you. I've got a projector which I can use to actually watch a movie, but then I lose the rest of that wonderness to a certain extent. The actual physicality of going to a cinema, intentionally driving there, you might be doing other things like your wife, girlfriend, or partner will be going with you to the cinema. You'll probably have a day of shopping before you actually go. You might go and grab some lunch or dinner before or after you watch the movie, and it's a bit of an event. And I thought that particular point would actually be lost. Not just that point, but obviously the point of actually going into a cinema, and obviously like the drinks and the popcorn and the food is overpriced, but you don't really care. You want to be in that moment. You want to be able to share a movie with hundreds of people. Like, I'll give you an example. Marvel's Avengers Endgame is probably a really good example because you're there in a theater with like how many people? Say 300 people, and you're seeing the final battle, and Thor has thrown Mjolnir down, and he's fighting Thanos, and Captain America's fighting Thanos, and suddenly Captain America calls out for Mjolnir, and it just goes flying into his hand, and he smacks the crap out of Thanos, and it's like the most satisfying moment ever, and the whole bloody cinema just erupted in like, what's the word? Adulation. Like, they were just so pumped for that moment. It was just like, I don't know. It's you can't express it. It's like watching a Formula One race right there with the fans and watching the most spectacular win of all time. And, God, and this is it. I thought this was going to be robbed from me, but it does make a lot of sense. So, what Chris Stuckmann was saying is that those people that aren't invested in the movie for the movie's sake or for the artistry's sake, they can go and watch it at home. They can basically go fuck themselves back off at home. And people who want to enjoy the movie as it was intended can go and watch it at the cinema without all those stupid people giggling and shouting and making loads of noise and creating like pollution, and they can just enjoy it for what it's meant to be. And I never actually thought about it that way, and it was like, that mind blown eureka moment. And I'm hoping greater things coming from this. And I don't want to watch The Matrix 4 or Dune at home, either on my TV or on my projector. I want to be able to watch it at the cinema. Oh, God. I'm hoping that we do get back to some form of normality. And if you feel the same way, please leave a like and a comment. And I will see you next time. Thank you. I just wanted to share that. I don't know why. It was just something I needed to get off my chest. But I can't believe I never thought about it in that particular perspective. So it could actually be a good thing. It could be a good thing. The days of the multiplex might be over, but I think movies for the moviegoers, the people that actually like movies, the people that are invested in movies, can go and enjoy the movies without all these other kind of dickheads basically getting in the way. And to be honest with you, in the cinema theaters that I go to, I don't actually have that much of a problem with those kind of people, but it has been known to happen. It's actually been known to happen at the end of a movie. I think it was Thor Ragnarok or um, Black Panther, where somebody actually started having a fight with somebody else in the theater, and I was like, "What the hell, man? Calm yourselves down." But these things do happen, and it won't ever. This pandemic or any kind of restrictions won't stop me from going to the cinema. Support not your cinema. Support the movie makers, because if they don't get the support, they can't make the movies that they want to make. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.